Hey everyone, I am live. I'm back again. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure the lighting in here looks like, I don't know, on the screen it looks much worse, yet in Zoom it looks a lot better. Either way, I'm here and I'll stop looking at myself because it's highly distracting. So, in today's video, I want to talk about how SEO experts are pivoting, right? And some of you, like, what are SEO experts doing who went all in with niche sites, right? So I went all in with my niche sites, and I didn't think it was that much of a gamble, but apparently it was. Transparency, a couple of my sites did get hit. And so, I expected it. I've been preparing myself mentally for it, but that doesn't mean it's not a crappy situation, right? And so I feel for all the niche site owners, bloggers who have spent so much time writing quality content, making an awesome blog, website, whatever, and Google is just not being kind to small publishers. So, what can you do to pivot from all of this, and what can I do? What am I about to do, right? So let's talk about all of that. And yes, I just got a haircut, like, was it yesterday or the day before? Maybe the day before. So yeah, it's pretty fresh right now. Anyways, so you know, until Google fixes its algorithm, when it decides to do that, I will decide to reinvest my time in those sites. And until then, like, what are some of the things that I've seen other people do? Um, is like they are starting to test and play with other social media platforms. And some of those platforms are Pinterest. That's a huge one in certain niches. Facebook, Instagram. That one's super graphic, right? X, which is formerly known as Twitter, feels weird to call it X. LinkedIn, and so many others. Like, I guess you could call YouTube and TikTok one, but there are outright videos. Um, so they're using the social media platforms to drive traffic to their blogs. And as long as you still have monetization methods up, it could be ads, it could be a course, it could be t-shirts, right? It doesn't matter. As long as you are driving traffic somehow with these social media platforms, you can still earn an income, right? But for me, there's a sense of urgency. Like I mentioned earlier, a couple of my sites have gotten hit, and honestly, I have had just enough of this crap with Google's algorithm. I made a post in jest that my ears have bled for 2 years hearing the terms AI, Google's algorithm, helpful content update, and blah, blah, blah. I've been doing SEO for 15 years, and honestly, like, kind of not, I still love it, but it's much harder than it was, right? Like, that's not a secret. So, a few months ago, was it March when they unleashed a couple of month-long updates? I started playing with e-commerce and I created my own products and I shared a little bit about that, and honestly, it's the most fun I've had in years. It was just so much more creative. And then I learned a lot more trying to sell those products too, right? So I'll reveal that I started off on Etsy, and Etsy is more of a platform for artists, like handmade stuff. They're known for that. And what I have set up is more of a print on demand, which means like when a customer orders a shirt, I'm hooked up to something like Printify, and they go ahead and take care of the whole order for me. They print the design on it, all of that good jazz, um, and send it to the customer for a fee, right? And those fees eat up a lot of the payment that the customer has paid, so you don't end up like with all of it or whatever, despite what people's perception might be, or most of it or whatever. But this video really isn't about that. I'll be touching on that next week. My plans are to change it from Etsy to Shopify. I started on Etsy for a reason, because of its own marketplace, and I'll be sharing details about this whole thing. I just wrote down a very detailed 2-year plan growing my own e-commerce shop on Shopify. All right. So those are exciting times, all right? Or I should say, these are exciting times and exciting things. Uh, One thing before I move on is that I know the designs are super cute because whoever sees them says they're really, really cute. They want to know more. On Etsy, they start following my shop. They are hearting different products and stuff. So that was my big worry, was like, are people, like, I think they're cute, but do other people think they're cute? You know what I mean? And it's a relief to know that they like what I'm creating. And actually, I'm partnering up with an artist, and there's just some exciting stuff coming that way too, right? So I'll save that for another video. Um, and the reason that that has become a secondary goal is because it will take time and investment into influencer marketing to really grow it. And I also have some ideas to grow it that have nothing to do with the online space, right? I can grow it among family, friends, events, whatever. So there's a lot to it. But it has to be secondary because it requires investment, right? You have to order samples, make sure your products are good. And if you're doing influencer marketing, you're going to send a couple of your products to the influencer who may or may not agree to do it. And each item has a cost, right? So it's going to add up quickly. So that's the reason it's becoming a secondary thing. So what is my primary goal? Are you guys ready? I should say, are you gals ready? Are you guys ready? So in the meantime, I've decided to build an agency. Yes, you heard me say it. So, I've been doing client work. I scale up and down, but this is a little bit of a different plan. Okay, I've had an agency in the past. I got severely burnt out. But this time around, I want to do things a little differently. Okay, or maybe it's a lot differently. um, so basically, I want to offer social media marketing and email marketing to other entrepreneurs like myself, right? Who are agency owners and e-com store owners. So ideally, I look at where the holes are in their marketing, where the chinks are. Is it social media? Is it email marketing? Is it both? Is it their sales funnel? Is it their sales page in itself, right? So I have that experience. Now, I have notes in front of me and I don't want to skip over everything or anything. Hold on. So those are my ideal clients, right? But in the meantime, I also want to build out these services, these exact same services for small business owners, right? So some of you are probably local SEO agency owners, possibly. And so if you have small businesses that want social media marketing, I can white label that for you, right? So there is no niche right now. Usually I go all in with a niche. I've defined my ideal customer or client rather. But right now, I am open to all kinds of business because I find it's very important in the beginning, right now, especially with an agency, that I start off that way before closing myself off to what I think my ideal client is right now. So I'm definitely partnering up with other agencies for these services, and white labeling them. And also, I've put myself out there that I would love to work with other entrepreneurs. Why? Because I'm that person. I'm that SEO agency owner who took my um, agency from 0 to 6 figures, right? And it was doing those things. There were a lot of expensive lessons to learn, but we got there, and I've done this. I've grown Affiliate Phoenix in a similar manner. Um, and honestly, marketing is what is super exciting to me, right? Whether it's through social media, whether it's through email marketing, what it comes down to is that words have made me a lot of money, and they can make you a lot of money, and they can make small businesses a lot of money, right? Um, so, because I've done this for myself, and I've done it for a couple small business owners, I've learned so much, right? And it's something that is exciting to me. SEO used to be just as exciting, but let me make sure that the camera is okay. All right. Um, I don't know where I was. What used to be exciting for me was SEO, search engine optimization, but now things have become a lot harder. SEO still, it seems to be all right for local as well, but for me, I've come more alive with the idea of really helping people with these, marketing. What's the word here that I'm looking for? With these specific things, right? Marketing wise. Now, if you are in a similar position where you went all in with niche sites and you don't know what to do, honestly, offering services is the fastest way to make money. Okay? It's the fastest way to make money. And you don't have to go big if you don't want. You can limit yourself to 3 clients or 5 clients or whatever it is. Um, so, what kind of services could you offer, right? Some of you are already doing You can offer local SEO. You can also partner up with other local SEO agencies and offer them something very specific, whether it's building citations, whether it's, um, I don't know, doing on-page SEO, whatever it is, right? Like you can go as micro or macro as you want to. So there's local SEO, there's social media, there's building websites, right? There are so many websites that are butt ugly, if I'm being honest, or they need to be updated, or they're a hot mess, not to hurt anyone's feelings. There's just so much room for improvement. And whatever it is, don't overthink it. Yeah, right? Like, go for something you have experience with or you enjoy doing and you really, really want to learn. And if you're at that phase where you really want to learn and don't have a lot of experience, then the only thing is that you can't charge like a professional, and that's okay, right? It's okay to take on the first 3 or 5 clients and learn, charge them, much less, get your reviews, and then go all in with professional rates. But another thing is people are going to be like, "Oh man, that's already so oversaturated. How am I going to do this?" The thing is, guys, you can do cold outreach, you can do warm outreach. Your network is your network, right? Especially if you're doing warm or hot outreach. Um, the people that I network with, right, and the people that I reach out to are going to respond differently to me than someone like you who may not know them, right? And so if you have a network, trust me, like I'm going to go into this. So it's not it's not about being oversaturated, okay? And there are plenty of business owners that need help with this stuff. Trust me. I've been doing outreach and cold and warm outreach for the last like few weeks. Um, so my plan personally is to experiment with warm and cold outreach, which I've already started. I'm a few weeks ahead. But I'm also flirting with the idea of creating a membership course, something affordable, using school or something along those lines for a monthly investment. This allows a lot of people to get started, right? A lot of times when you create a full on course, it can be hundreds or thousands of dollars, and people can't afford that. And I don't like gatekeeping, if I'm being honest. So this could be beneficial to you, if you want to learn things from me. Um, so it's going to be about warm outreach, cold outreach, and I want to test three different platforms specifically, right? LinkedIn, Facebook, okay, and email outreach. Okay, I don't know if that's a platform technically or how it's categorized, but email outreach is going to be cold, like very fucking cold. And yes, I cussed. It's going to be cold. All right. So it's going to be very humbling. All right. It's not going to be as easy as warm or hot leads, obviously. I mean, there could be a lot of FUs. There could be a lot of no responses. There could be a lot of hurt feelings. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to navigate all of that, right? But dum, 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 dum. So I'm going to be giving you information for free in here. But like I said, I mean, I think it'd be cool to share my experiments, what comes up, what kind of results I'm getting from each kind of outreach from different platforms. Like I'm thinking of going really, really detailed, and so a membership course, like a monthly investment, makes sense because I'm also building it out, right? So I would have to pace it, and these things take time. Like if you want to do them well, they just take time, right? So the good news is that you're about to watch me build out income streams live. All right. So here's my main goal. Are we ready for this? Drum roll, please. Okay. So I'm hoping to hit $10,000 in recurring revenue in 90 days with this very agency that I'm talking about. So we'll see how it goes. Now, where it stands, I have 2 clients and I have 4 hot leads for next week. Okay. So, I mean, if 2 out of 4 hit, that's like a nice, cozy full-time income for anybody. Okay. Or, I mean, it's a decent income. So let's see how this goes. And if you're interested in starting your own agency, or if you're interested in starting your agency, you're definitely going to want to follow along. So let me know in the comments if you want to if you want to white label social media or email marketing for your clients that you do SEO for. Hit me up and get my rates for white labeling. Okay. Third, maybe you are an e-commerce owner, like a shop owner, or let's say not even a shop owner. Let's say that you're an agency owner and you want more leads coming to your agency. Okay, well, guess what? That's literally what I did with email marketing and social media marketing, and combining those in a very, very, very strategic way to make like this kaboom happen, and over and over and over and over. And it is a full-time job. So most of the time, you're too busy providing the services, running your own business, that you can't consistently do those things. You can't consistently market yourself, right? Um, and even then, you have to do it um, not just consistently, but there's strategy to it, right? So, with all of this said, give me a like, give me some comments, and let's have some fun, and let's see if I can hit $10,000 in 90 days. All right, which sounds pretty crazy because I don't like doing these goals publicly. They make my stomach hurt. Okay, do you know what bubble gut is and how cruel it is? But I mean, other people are in a similar boat, right? And there's a couple holes in our boats, and we want to patch them up and make a better, bigger boat. All right, so we're all in it together. Anyways, I do think once I get a few really good reviews, the rest will happen much, much easier. But I don't want to say that and jinx myself. There could be a lot of humble pie being served here. Okay, so we're gonna see. I do know that I'm not a quitter. All right, so cheer me on. Start your own stuff. Hopefully, you're wanting to follow along. And so just let me know. All right, I'm out. See you next week. I don't know how to end this stream, honestly. Oh, okay, there we go. Bye, guys.